CFRN is AM 1260 in Edmonton, an Astral Media radio station. Now, get ready.
I cannot believe the excitement, the adrenaline.
Do you believe it?
Live from Edmonton, this is the Jason Gregor Show.
Yeah!
On Edmonton Sports Radio. Team 1260.
Well, a tremendous Tuesday afternoon. Welcome. You just heard, well, I'm sure if you've been paying attention, you've heard some new music riffs. We had our, back in September and October, had a theme show competition here. And the boys from White Lightning, Steve Bosch and Enoch Rotier, were the winners. You can check out about whitelightningmusic.com. And Enoch joins us now. Enoch, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Now, as I got to know you guys afterwards, I realized your brother Simeon actually was the first pick a few years ago in the CFL draft, the old lineman now playing for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. You're not as big as him, per se. So are you the musical talented guy, and he was the athletic talented guy?
Pretty much. Like, we were both in sports and music, actually, but I was definitely 100 pounds smaller, and yeah, I'm like the miniature version of him, I guess. Same little punch, and but he was actually a good guitar player.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Really? So does he ever jam with you guys?
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see. We get him to play cowbell, and just when you have a fever and stuff. But, no, we usually have a song where we get some cowbell action in every set, and I think just before he went to Hamilton last spring, then he went, and he was scaring the crap out of Steve pretty good because he's just right in his face. And he broke a couple sticks, I think, too, so that was pretty sweet.
Nice. Now, speaking of Steve, when I met you guys, and right away, I know, Meg, when we saw you at the first tryouts, we were like very impressed. I know your guys' bass guitar guy basically kind of got sick or quit and jumped ship about 3 weeks beforehand, and you still wanted to enter in the competition. You guys were good enough that you won it just on the two of you. But I noticed Steve, he's got kind of a unique personality as a lead singer, and he also very much reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite, John Heder. Do you see the comparison between those two?
I would say so. It's pretty funny because Steve's a mechanical engineer, like he's in his last year at school. And, well, some engineers are lacking in personality, we'll say, but he's a pretty sweet dude, and it's funny, too, because he talks like a total stoner, too, but he's an amazing guy to work with and really creative, and yeah, we both have a lot of fun just being total retards on stage sometimes. So.
Now, you guys haven't been together. You kind of put your band together for a year. I know you entered your first ever Battle of the Bands and won. So I kind of, moving forward, where do you guys go? You got an album coming out this year?
Yeah, we have, we probably have a full-length album in about 3 months or so that will be released.
Okay.
We already have a 7-song EP, and then we re-released a few songs last summer, actually, and they were the result of the Battle of the Bands that we had won, and yeah, so that's like basically just for digital sales and also for radio and promotion and stuff like that. But yeah, looking forward to finishing our first full-length album in a few months here. So
now, for all of our listeners who are maybe going to want to follow now where White Lightning goes from here, what kind of genre, what kind of musicians are you guys? What do you, I guess, who do you maybe look at as say, okay, those are our musical influences, and this is maybe where we want to go in our direction?
Yeah, well, we consider ourselves like kind of a power trio, but it's indie rock, modern rock kind of stuff, and bands like Foo Fighters, Muse, even stuff like Zeppelin and Sabbath and stuff like that too. But we've definitely got Finger Eleven and Rage Against the Machine kind of influences as well. So.
Did you happen to see the Super Bowl over the weekend? Did you see The Who play the halftime show?
Yeah.
And what did you think of because I'm not a musician guy by, whatever. Like, I know their songs are catchy and those guys are historic, but they're 65 years old. Do you think that was the right setting for them? How did you think they fared?
I don't know. I don't know that I remember too many halftimes that I've actually enjoyed, but I could definitely respect the musicality. It's pretty funny seeing dudes that old trying so hard. Like, my dad even has a few comments to say about guys that old. So I think he said that a couple years ago with Springsteen too. So, but I don't know. They're marketing themselves to a huge variety of people too, right? So, I don't know.
Now, I'm guessing on your album, the song Anthem, which is the one we've picked to kind of be the theme song to open up the show every day at 3 o'clock now. Yep. Give me, kind of what's the basis of Anthem? What's the song about? Because I haven't heard all the lyrics yet. We just went with the musical stuff.
Yeah. Actually, I think we'd been playing that song for about a year and a half without any lyrics, and we finished the lyrics in studio after the contest. It was funny because it kind of came together and we're like, holy crap, this totally sounds like Rage. And it's not like we were trying to copy Rage Against the Machine, but just knew that it had lots of energy, and it ended up kind of being the song about getting all political and stuff, but just different superpowers or whatever it was. I'm not even sure. We could just say that it's the axis of evil and stuff like that,
How often do you guys jam together?
We jam once a week, and lately it's been a lot of jamming and songwriting, but also figuring out what are the most effective ways to promote ourselves and market ourselves too. So. And
you've added a new bass member, Ryan, correct?
Yeah.
So does that mean you guys will expect you to see you on stage here soon?
Oh yeah, and he's awesome too. We just played our first show with him after jamming for only 3 weeks, and it was pretty epic. So it definitely raises the bar in so many ways, and we're definitely looking forward to playing lots of shows with him. So.
Well, we're definitely going to be following you guys. Next time you have a show, expect to be getting an email or a phone call updating us on when we can get out there and check out White Lightning. Anybody out there who's interested, go to whitelightningmusic.com. It was great meeting you and Steve Enoch. I'm sure we'll keep in touch, and best of luck with everything. Make sure to keep us updated so we can tell everybody where to go to watch White Lightning, and hopefully see you boys moving up the tracks very soon.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we really appreciate it, Jason. So have an awesome week.
Hey, you too, man.
Okay, take care.
Cheers. Enoch Rotier and Steve. And Steve, he said it right. When he said he was an engineer, I kind of laughed because he is one of those guys. He honestly, his mannerisms, I thought John Heder right away from Napoleon Dynamite. When he was on stage, and Meg, I know you saw him, it was uncanny how similar they looked and almost sounded.
They were fun to watch too. They were just especially because he did look like so much like John Heder, but they were just very interesting to watch. They didn't get boring.
And hopefully the boys can go somewhere. So hopefully, who knows, just listen to some of their songs. I know we kind of have a deal where anytime they get a new one, and that was the whole part of it. So maybe you get a young Canadian band and you can help them out, and we don't have to pay to play their songs on our show, which is great, and gives them a little extra exposure. So whitelightningmusic.com. Check them out. Good guys. I know they got their blog and everything, their MySpace. If you want to go to their website, then you can check out everything else.